Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my TBR for the Spookathon, which starts on Monday. It is currently Friday when I'm filming this, and I'm super excited. I want Monday to get here already because I want to start this readathon. Even though I never complete them, but we're just gonna ignore that little fact. So like I said, the Spookathon starts Monday, which is October the 15th, and it runs through October 21st. And I will link the hosts down below, but I know it's Kayla from Books and Lala, Peter from Peter Reads, I don't know his channel name, and then somebody else, I can't remember who it is. But I will leave all that down below, but I am sure you guys know about it already. So let's get right into my TBR for the Spookathon. So first and foremost, I want to say I will not be participating in the group book, which I don't remember the name of it. I think it's Toil and Trouble or Trouble and Toil or something like that. It's like a witchy book, and it's like, I think, short stories or something. I'm not going to be reading that book just because I'm not interested in it, and I don't have it. I don't own it because I'm not interested in reading it. So there's that. And so the first challenge is to read a thriller, and boy did I have a lot to choose from. But I am trying to take into consideration the book size this time around, because I'm always just like putting whatever books I really want to read, and didn't, you know, I never looked at how many pages it was or whatever, and so I just feel like I never complete the challenges or the readathons because of that. So I tried to keep that in mind this time and pick like just smaller books. So with that being said, for my thriller, I am going to be reading Local Girl Missing by Claire Douglas. Someone Knows Where She Is. And so this is the one that I picked just because of the size of it. It's one of the smallest thrillers that I did own. By the way, I want to add that I have changed this TBR about probably 5 times already. My last change was yesterday because I was uncertain about some books, and I'll get to that shortly. But if you go onto my Instagram and look at my Spookathon TBR, it is different. Not all of them, but at least 3 of the books are different than the ones I'm showing you here today. So just in case you're confused, that's why. This is the most I've ever changed my TBR for a readathon ever, and I think it's so funny. But yeah, I don't know much about this. I don't like going into my thrillers knowing too much about it, because sometimes their synopsis can be a little bit spoilery. But I'm guessing there's a girl missing, so there we go with that one. The second one is Purple on the Cover, and I swear to you, I changed this specific one like 3 times because I was gonna read, what was it? Purple. I was gonna read Children of Night. I was gonna read so many books, but I saw this one and I realized that it had purple on the cover, and I've been wanting to read this book for so long, and it is When Will You Rise? I don't know if you can see it because it's very like bright outside, by Myra Grant. And I think this goes in companion with the Feed trilogy. So it's all about stories to end the world, and there's like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this cover, but they're like almost like zombies, I think. So I'm really excited to read this, and this has, let me see, this has 5 short stories. And like I said, I think this goes along with the Feed trilogy, if I'm not mistaken. So it's very like zombie, I think zombie centered. But I'm really excited to read this. As you can see, it has purple over here. I don't know if the color is coming through true to color on the camera, but so excited to read this one. Also, not only does it have like those traces of purple within the book, but the actual naked book is purple, so that's a win-win right there. Then the third challenge is a book that is not set in our time period. Now this is the one that I had a little bit of struggle with, just because I had picked Dracula for this, which is a classic, and I don't know, I kept looking at it. It was like a really big book, and for me, sometimes classics can take a little bit longer to read just because they are written in a different time period, and it's hard for me to follow sometimes that classic style of writing. So even though this next book obviously is not in our time period, so the writing is gonna be a little bit different, but I decided to go with this one just because it was a little bit shorter. And that one is The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. This is a classic. I have yet to read it. I have not watched the movie yet. So I'm really excited to read this. And I actually got this off of Peter's TBR because this is one of the books that he was reading, and I was just having a hard time like picking out a book that wasn't in our time period. Like, I know that it's so simple, but it's such a big and vague challenge, and I don't know why I had such a hard time with it, but I'm so glad that he mentioned this in his TBR, and I'm so glad I watched his TBR. I really wasn't subscribed to his channel. I know that he does beauty videos as well, or beauty videos, and he does like gossip videos, I think, as well, and I am subscribed to him there, but I never knew that he did booktube. So glad that I saw his TBR and that he had this in there. So I am copying him and reading this book for that challenge. Challenge number 4 is read a book with a spooky word on the title. And for this one, this book I've had from the beginning. It has not left my TBR, and it has been the only constant in this TBR because I'm so excited for it. And I think it's what I'm gonna start the whole readathon with, and that is the Saturday Night Ghost Club. I did have this on my Fall Into Reading-a-thon TBR. Obviously, I didn't get to it, but I transferred it over to this TBR. I'm so excited for it. This is by Craig Davidson, and it's not yet available for sale here in the US, but you can find this on Amazon Canada. And I think this is the one that I'm most excited for in this whole readathon. This one and the next one I'm going to talk about. But yeah, look at that cover. It's just so vintage. It's so 80s. Now, I can double up on some of these challenges with the books that I have on my TBR, and I'll talk about that a little bit more when I'm done showing you my last book. But in a way, I can double up on many of these challenges, so I kept that option available just in case I wasn't going to be able to read all these books. But being that I'm not reading the group book, I think I will be okay to read all of this, especially since 2 of these books are really short. So I'm just setting myself up for success, guys. Like, I think the only readathon that I have ever completed entirely is the Tome Topple, the first Tome Topple. And that was my first readathon ever that I participated in. So I think that's the only time. Other than that, I've failed at each one of them, but we're not going to talk about that. All right, and then the 5th and final challenge is to read a book with pictures on it. Again, originally for this, I was going to pick a graphic novel, but I ended up deciding to read The Halloween Tree by Ray Bradbury. Trying not to catch the glare on there, but beautiful cover. It is a very short book, and this has pictures scattered throughout all of it. I am not sure if this is a middle grade book. Any more pictures? Oh, there we go. I just passed one. That one right there. So this is what I will be reading. It is a very short book. Now, I can double up on some of these. Like, for example, purple on the cover and a book with pictures. I can really pick this one up. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, but there's like purple traces on these pants down here. There are purple traces. I can't even see them now. There's like a thing back here with some wings here. I don't know if you can really see it because of the glare, but that's purple. There's purple somewhere over here. There's glints of purple all over the book. So This skeleton thing back here has a purple shirt with polka dots on it, so I can double up, and I might, if I see myself not really being able to complete all these things. There was another one that I could double up on. Which one was it? This one, which is not in our time period, because I think this is set in the 80s, so I can double up on the spooky word on the title and with the not set in our time period with this one book. But I guess we will see how everything ends up turning out on my wrap-up. I will be vlogging the Spookathon. Oh, and you know what? I just realized that this house here is a shade of purple, so I don't know if you can see it there. So there you go. I can actually triple a book, triple challenge a book. So yeah guys, that was it for my Spookathon TBR. Let me know in the comment section down below if you will be participating and what you will be reading for the challenges, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.